Our next speaker is Travis Crowell from the School of Archaeology.
Half of the world's population today lives near the ocean and depends on coastal resources in their daily lives. This intimate relationship between people and the sea has existed throughout human history and is true of the earliest indigenous occupants of the northwest coast. However, the nearly 26,000 kilometers of coastline that we know today is not the same coastline that people knew in the past. That's because following the last ice age, the environment went through a dramatic readjustment period. Landforms shifted, sea levels changed, and coastlines transformed. The problem is that efforts to reconstruct sea level histories on a regional scale are often unable to capture changes that are local in nature. My research aims to examine whether human settlement patterns, intimately connected to shoreline location, may be a means through which to track sea level histories at a finer scale. Waiatt and Kanish Bay, Quadra Island, boasts a rich human history, featuring village sites, clam gardens, and shell middens representing over 6,000 years of cultural history. Now, my research consists of coring at shell midden sites. Middens are garbage heaps. They're places where people threw things away. However, shell happens to be a really great construction material. So instead of just throwing it away, people were landscaping with it, creating village terraces up to 5 meters in height. Coring at these shell middens can return thousands of years worth of data. So the diagram behind me depicts a truism in Northwest Coast archaeology, and that's that people maximize land at the expense of beachfront. Settlement followed shorelines as they declined. So radiocarbon dating cultural soils from the base of these middens can return the first date of human activity at that elevation, and thus help us predict the location of ancient shorelines at that time. Human behavior providing insights into past environmental change. Now, this can also provide us insight into the lives of coastal populations. For example, regional sea level graphs, like that for the North Strait of Georgia, may only represent a few data points that have been smoothed into a curve showing gradual change. However, we know that shorelines sometimes rapidly change, as in the case of an earthquake or a sudden shift down in the Earth's plate. If you were a people who were reliant on coastal resources, this would have had a dramatic effect on your daily lives, particularly on intertidal technology like clam gardens and fish weirs. It would have been the equivalent of massive crop failure, but we missed these sort of events in larger scale studies. My research aims to provide additional data points to massage regional sea level graphs, as well as identify local changes. This is important because human and sea level histories are inseparable. We must understand the behavior of ancient shorelines if we're going to understand the people along them.